What is hood in the good, my friends? Today is yet another back day, and I have no idea what to expect other than seeded rainbow rows of death. And oh man, these are killer. Essentially, it's about 70 reps, but you're, either standing at a cable or seated at a cable, and you're keeping your elbows up about, shoulder height. You row 10 reps, drop your elbows down about an inch, 10 reps, drop your elbows down about an inch, 10 reps, and you go all the way until your elbows are right by your rib cage for 10 reps. And it averages about 70 reps by the very end. And the whole point of it is to blast as much blood flow into your upper back, mid back, and your lower back. So I'm excited for those. Those are going to be, I believe, the third exercise in today's regime, or regimen, I should say. But I'm definitely looking forward to the exercise after that, because it is fatigue city, and then you get into something else. So we'll just have to see how that rolls. But I am feeling especially good because, one, I've had an extreme amount of carbs from yesterday. Yesterday was a full-on rest day, as usual, but we changed up the nutrition. My coach is feeding me with an extreme amount of carbs, as I said. For example, for one meal, we had around 150 grams of carbs. And that's because cream of rice is magical. If y'all haven't tried it and you're really trying to get your weight up, cream of rice is a great option just because it's extremely clean. It's almost all carbs other than, just a little bit of protein. No fats whatsoever, but it's extremely bioavailable as far as, the second it enters your bloodstream, it's ready to rock. It's very fast absorbing. And he put on the plan 2/3 dry cream of rice. And that's absurd, because if you actually, or 2/3 cup dry cream of rice, and if you actually look at it, it's about yay tall. 2/3 of a cup is a hefty amount, because once you actually put the water in, 4 times that amount, it's insane. It's almost like, you have like a full bowl. It's almost like half that bowl is just cream of rice. And so by the end of it, I did my little calculations, and it's about 132 grams of carbs. And then on top of that, I have ground beef, about 6 ounces. And then I also have a banana. So all those carbs combined, it's around 150 grams. So feeling really good. Every single meal was like that yesterday. I had freaking low sugar cereal for part of my last meal. We're living good right now. Like, whoever, doesn't like the off season because of the eating, let's just say I can't relate, because the eating is fun. I get down, I have my bowl of cereal, I have a few hits of, but it feels good in the off season. I'm feeling, extremely productive, and that's the thing that we need to balance in this off season, is not trying to overeat so much so that I'm just lethargic throughout the day. And that's where foods like cream of rice really come into play, because even though it's an extremely dense source of carbs, it is very light on your system, or at least on my system. Like, for example, I had a powerlifting meet a few years back, and in that powerlifting meet, the whole day, the actual day of powerlifting, I was just snacking on cream of rice. And that goes to show you, just the cream of rice alone, I mean, it'll take you far, because I was hitting my lifts really efficiently and I was feeling great all throughout the day. So that being said, cream of rice is, man, it is a game changer for sure, because it's light on your system, gives you tons of energy, and on top of, the physical gains, it's great brain food. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm feeling extremely focused, clear. I feel like I could learn anything at that point, because I have so many resources. So that being said, that's the first thing of why I'm feeling exponentially good. Second reason is because I am 2 weeks into IGF-LR3. And for those who don't know, IGF-LR3 it's a peptide, and it's known for its muscle building effects. So the long name is insulin-like growth factor, and the LR3 part, I think I'm not too sure on that part, but it's essentially, it replaces one of the amino acids on the amino acid chain with arginine. And arginine is a vasodilator. So in other words, it just opens up your blood vessels pretty significantly. And since it opens up your blood vessels, all the nutrients that you have, everything that's circulating through your body circulates much quicker. And so hence you get, these really great effects like, building lean mass, minimizing fat tissue, and the strength gains are for real. And on top of all that, it's a great nootropic. And for those who don't know, nootropic is basically any substance that has a great effect on your cognition or your thinking. And so IGF-LR3, since it just opens up your blood vessels and it, funnels through those nutrients much more efficiently, you're going to have much clearer thinking. You're going to be more concentrated, better able to learn, better able to remember things. Oh man, that is a great part of my journey. I'm feeling great off of this, and we're thinking about cycling it through, a little bit longer, since I'm not taking any kind of anabolics. I'm not taking anything that's, directly boosting my hormone growth as much as, things like Test, Masteron, Primobolan, any of that fun stuff, or, to an extent, that fun stuff. We're not taking any of that. It's just, just to be completely transparent with you, the whole list of supplements that I'm taking right now, we got vitamin E for skin. We have fish oil, also for skin and for, coherent brain development. And then we have creatine, but it's not, your regular creatine monohydrate. It's creatine ethyl ester, which is another type of creatine. And this other type of creatine, the only reason why I take it is because it penetrates the cell much more efficiently than regular creatine monohydrate does. And creatine monohydrate, don't get me wrong, it's great, it's amazing, but this just works a little bit better. And done my research on this, but I can always learn. So there's everybody's completely different. That's the thing. That's the limiting factor on a lot of these studies. You can find general findings, but overall, everybody's metabolism is going to work a little bit differently. So, being, almost like a scientist or somebody who just pays extremely close attention to the effects of whatever you're doing, that's what I want to create. I want to create this environment where, I take something and then I take notes on the different effects that it's giving my body. And then also the confounding factors, is how is my sleep? How is my nutrition? How's my training? How's my stress management? How are all these different factors, and what kind of effects are they having on my system? So that being said, on top of all that, I mean, it's getting pretty heated in here. We don't have the AC on because the I've been trying to put this, it's kind of like a suction cup, and then you put your phone on it and it magnetizes to, you know, the little platform that emerges from that suction cup. But that being said, every time I drive, my phone falls off because the magnet just isn't strong enough. So I got a tripod that is kind of like a car mounting tripod. That's coming soon, very soon. I ordered it almost a week ago and it said, you know, it'll be here in a week. But that being said, I don't have the AC on because I want to give y'all, you know, as much coherent, you know, I want you to hear me as much as possible. And if I had the AC on, that could interfere with it. You know, if I'm driving, that could interfere with it. If I don't have a mic on, and if the phone's falling down. Long story short, it's getting hot in here because it is gonna be July 1st tomorrow, and man, we're in Sacramento, so it's cooking here, to say the least. I mean, right now I think it's gonna be, I mean, it's about 90 degrees outside. It's gonna be about 95 today. So that being said, it's getting a little hot in here, but I have one last point. I've been doing a lot of transcendental meditation, and that has been incredible just for mental clarity, concentration, learning, memory, all the good stuff, all the mental faculties that we need to be at our best in whatever field we're in. So I've been doing 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. Super simple. All I do is I just inhale, and the mantra is so on the inhale, and on the exhale, the mantra is hum. So it's inhale, all I'm thinking to myself is so, and on the exhale, hum. It's funny, the video cut off earlier because my phone got too hot in the car. So, I mean, pretty self-explanatory for the desertous environment we're in, or leading up to it at least. But anyways, starting this off, reverse lat pull down, scapular pinch, superset. What I like about these reverse lat pull downs is it's almost like a preacher curl, just for your lats, a little bit of mid back, but it takes a lot of the leverage out of your legs. So once I get to the top of the movement, or the full stretch, it's like I want to use leg drive, or at least lower back, or, you know, something to push off from. It's not the case with these. So this is but that being said, without the leverage, you know, just like a preacher curl, you feel it a lot in your biceps. I'm feeling it, you know, quite a bit more in my lats, at least on the stretch. And the squeezing portion, it's been a good time, to say the least. Do. Oh. Yeah. No. Oh. Oh. Scapular pinches. Basically, it's just squeezing your shoulder blades together. You know, it's almost like you're teasing a row. Like, oh, about to go do a row. Just kidding. That's the whole movement. You. Yo. Yo. Oh. Ah. Yo. No. Yeah. Yeah. No. I. You. No. Ooh. We got a little more. Ow. Yeah. No. Man, my lats have not been this pumped in a while. I think it's partially because of the increase in carbs this week, the IGF, and the fact that, man, I didn't get a massage this last weekend, so having to resort to foam rolling pre-workout, man, that's helped a ton. I usually do a little bit more than the muscle group I'm hitting, but I just did, just my lats, my mid back and lower back. So just the stuff that's going to be hit today, and man, I'm the feel of the pump is, all the evidence I need that it's working. But that being said, last set, scapular pinch. You. Yo. All right. Yeah. Yeah, we got a little more. Just a tad. One more drop. Yep. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh my God. Whew. Oh yeah. Man. I notice when I do these, I guess when I do rows as well, basically keeping my legs slightly bent, and then I'll use my abs almost as like a launching off point. So the second my stomach touches my thighs, that's when I know I'm at a pretty good stretch with my back, and I can go from there. But it's kind of nice. It's almost, I don't want to say like a trampoline, but it's like an indicator. This is where the bottom of the stretch is. Go ahead and squeeze to the top. But that being said, we got rainbow rows of death next. Oh man, wish me luck. And then we have rack pulls. So I don't know about you, but this is gonna be a hefty superset. I think I'm gonna start with rack pulls, even though they're last, because compound movements require a little more energy from our nervous system. So I'm gonna start with those. We're going pretty heavy today. I'm hoping to get up to 4 plates for 12 reps, and then superset that with rainbow rows of death, and whew, absolutely annihilate my back. I'm not looking for, like a little back pump. I want complete obliteration. So that's what we plan to do. Third to last set, rainbow rows of death. Seated, just to take away a little more momentum than I can gather. That's okay. Here, just to, like I said before, hammer out the back, completely obliterate it, and see how much activation we can get from the top of the back to the bottom. And the sides definitely need some width, because man, I'm not trying to drive anymore. I want to fly. But all jokes aside, I am thoroughly enjoying this off season, because it's been, one, extremely nice to have carbs in my system, energy throughout the entire day, pretty effortlessly. 2, it's amazing just being consistent with everything in this off season, because I'll be completely honest, I don't think I've ever been this consistent through an off season with training, diet, sleep, stress management, everything. I mean, it's incredible though. I'm really enjoying, making the discipline part of the lifestyle. I mean, you could even venture to say that discipline and lifestyle are synonymous. They, mean pretty much the same thing. So that being said, let's get into these rainbow rows. $70 reps, top to bottom, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. I don't know if that was 7. Either way. Yeah. 20. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Ah. Ooh. 4 plates. It's funny, my phone actually just ran out of storage on the last set. So I went into this whole spiel, didn't realize it wasn't recording at all. But nevertheless, we're gonna get this in. I was saying in the last non-existent video, I guess, 3 plates was moving really well. You know, at the top of the movement, that's usually what I struggle with most. But everything just seems a little more powerful. You know, I'm definitely feeling the carbs and doing my best to put them to work. Let's see how 4 plates moves. This is the pièce de résistance to the whole training session. I'm seeing if I can get this for 12. So this will be fun. Oh. Oh my God. Whoa. Huh. That was interesting. Still recovering with that lower back injury. 4 plates wasn't there, but let's see how 385 moves. If at all. Yeah. Ooh. Yo. Yeah.
Let's go, come on, Christian. Let's go. Catch it up.
Whew. He says 5 more. We got 5 more.
Let's go.
No.
Easy.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, hey, come on.
Ah. Yeah. Oof.
Let's go. Three more. Let's go.
No.
Three more.
Oof.
Control. I don't want to hear it. One more. I don't want to hear it hit. There we go, baby. Good.
Oof.
Fuck yeah, one more. One more. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Lock in.
No.
Easy.
Ah.
Easy.
Ah.
Oh, you're done, baby. You're done. That's good. Oh, another. Let's go, Christian.
Ah.
Oh.
Oh.
Rest on that baby. Come on, Christian. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Away. Let's go.
That's going on my OnlyFans page. Last set. Rainbow Rose of Death. 70 reps. Like I said before, elbows starting high, 1 inch down each, 10 reps. And it's about 70 by the end. So, this is gonna be fun. After those rack pulls, nervous system is a little bit spent, but man, you know that feeling where even though you know your body is tired, you can almost feel the hype still pushing you. Man, that's where we're at right now. It goes beyond the physical, to say the least. That being said, let's get it. Man, gotta go a little heavier on this last set. Go up in weight every set, but I'm going up quite a bit of weight on this set. See if we can do it. Because why not? Two, three, four. 20. Nah. One. Oh. Yeah. Ay. Ah. Boy. 5, 8, 50. Move. 8, 9, 60. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Oh my God. Whew. Man, those are gnarly. It's almost like when I'm doing the last round of those, you know, those last two, like the last 20 reps where my elbows are almost down to my rib cage. It's almost like I'm doing more of a pullover than a row. So once I get down here, it's like I'm basically just driving my elbows back. Not to say I'm not driving my elbows back here, but I almost feel like it's like the second half of a regular like cable pullover or dumbbell pullover. Just that pullover motion from here on the second half. You can really feel that last bit of squeeze. So that is back day complete. But let's go see how the physique's looking. I'm especially interested to see my physique at this point because we are officially on, you know, the health rejuvenation off-season phase with tons of carbs flowing through. So it's I think the suspense has been built up enough. Let's see how we're looking. I would say this is a successful back day, and I'm especially liking how, you know, I'm not comparing myself to C-Bum at all, but he has, I think a great part of his physique is he has these round lats that give almost like this hourglass structure to his physique. And I especially like on these back days when everything's pumped up, because you can kind of see all the nutrients at work and almost like see the shape of the lat to its fullest extent for you on your fitness journey, or at least for me. So that being said, I'm really liking the shape of my lats and how they're, accentuating the waist, but also just bringing that nice artistic X-frame to my physique. So that being said, I think that is all. Today was a very, very good back day. We had a little bit of issues with the phone and the storage, but man, we got it done. We deleted some apps that we didn't need, deleted some videos we didn't need. Yeah, besides that, that's not about bodybuilding or meditation. So on the meditation side of things, that's the last thing I wanted to touch on. I didn't get to say that in the car because my phone overheated, but basically for transcendental meditation, I'm doing, on the inhale, that mantra silently to myself, so, and then on the exhale, hum. So it's just so, inhale, hum, exhale. That's all it is. And I just do that for 20 minutes, once in the morning, once in the evening. And everything has just been a lot more silent, in the best way possible. Like, you get that monkey mind and just overthinking things, and yeah, it almost takes you out of that default mode network of, needing to plan or, looking back on things. It just kind of takes you out of that, and then it's just the mantra, and the mantra is, rooted in the present moment. So it gives your mental faculties, like learning, concentration, memory, all that good stuff. It gives it that space it needs to rest and recover, just like your body needs nutrition, sleep, stress management. So that's all for today. I'm looking forward to the rest of the week and seeing how the carbs fill out every other muscle group. So thanks for tuning in, y'all. See y'all next time.